So again, what does good look like? Well, we've just seen how using two different time elements, we can get a variation between 54 hours and 68 hours. Now, if our fleet target was 60 hours, the difference between those two time components is the difference between achieving and not achieving target. So as with availability, we'll use targets and trends to assess the results, but it is important to use those same consistent measures across time periods to make sure that they are relevant. Because as you can see there, if an operation switched between utilised time and available time, they couldn't compare month on month their results. So with MTBF, like availability, targets are the primary comparison, and they give us a good insight into how often the machine broke down versus where the target should sit. Targets do vary depending on fleet age and the operation that they're in. But just to give you some context, if we looked at a perfect world, our machines would run from service interval to service interval without a breakdown. So if our service intervals were 250 hours, we would ideally want our MTBFs to look, if you have one breakdown event, you'd have MTBF of 125. So that probably gives you some understanding, or at least a context of where your MTBF numbers should be sitting. From a trend perspective, same as availability, we look if it's increasing or decreasing over time. That just tells us if it's interrupting production more or less, and it similarly lets us know if any of our interventions that we've put in place have had a positive or negative result.